we separated, or am I faded? You shine so bright, it's an understatement. Single is overrated. If you get too close, my baby might let you take me back.
Ah, man, Candy. All right, so we got Philly this week, man. How you feeling about that?
I feel great about Philly. I feel like it's going to be a good game for us.
Okay.
How
you feel like
about Philly?
I don't know.
Are you feel like you're standing in uncharted waters? Feel a little unsure?
Yeah. It's different. It's different. The whole era to me is different, Candy.
What do you mean?
I've just never been in a place where, we have star players talking about, Philly, is real good and they have no weaknesses. It's it's uncharted territory to me. So
sounds like you need to get into that a bit.
Not really, unless you want to. I got that clip. If you want to start with that, we can. But I would just give him my honest analysis on. I'm on wait and see with my boys right now. I don't know who gonna show up. Are the Rams gonna show up, Cowboys, or San Francisco Cowboys gonna show? Who gonna show up?
Us.
No, I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? Being honest, like,
That's my concern too. I was happy about the Rams game, but also now we're in a space where you don't get too excited after wins like that, because you can easily the next week go the other way.
Right. Yeah, and it's just what it is. So, you know me, I'm gonna say what's on my mind. I'm with it. I'm with the shit. You already know.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. I speak my mind.
Bring it real back. He speaking his mind. That boy with the shit.
So that ain't gonna never stop.
We looked good last week. I'm not gonna take that away from him. We looked good.
We did. We definitely did, and that is a fact. So here we go, kicking it off. Let's go. All right, so y'all be patient with your girl Candy. She a little bit under the weather. She being tough about it though. So before we get into the content, because I got some good stuff lined up for us to talk about, y'all gonna really like this show. I'm gonna get into some heavy stuff. Not heavy, but it's some stuff that I'm almost certain a lot of people not aware of, Candy. So it's gonna be interesting.
I may not even be aware.
Nah, you're not. Because you didn't know I was going to talk about this. So this is going to be very spontaneous by you. But before we do, let's talk about your holidays. Like, because you said you was going to show your holiday costume. I want everybody to take a guess what y'all think Candy did for her costume. I want y'all to take a guess before we get into it. What was Candy and what was Boss? I want y'all to know. What was Boss for the holidays and what was Candy for the holidays? Huh?
Not what we were last week.
Yeah, because what we was last week, that Boss Wonka.
Boss Wonka and...
Or is it Wonka Boss? I can't remember now. It was fly as hell though.
It's Boss Wonka, but he wants it to be Wonka Boss, y'all. So Wonka Boss and...
No, I'll be Boss Wonka.
Wednesday
I just like
Adams.
that, man. That Wonka too, man. It just, that's so perfect. I love Boss Wonka. But go ahead. I see some guessing. My boy Amp said you was a police officer. That's a good guess.
I was a police officer in college.
Any other guess? I'm waiting on y'all.
The best guess is a shout out.
My boy say Boss One Candy. I don't know what that mean, big dog. My boy say Bunny and Clyde. Yeah. Good guess. Keep going. We just having a little fun before we kick it off. Just a little fun.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, Bunny and Clyde would have been dope. Before we get going,
we should have done the leather looks. The leather looks.
Yeah. Because last week I was Boss Wonka. Yeah, no more of that. Yeah, we done with that. All right, so let's stop teasing. Let's go ahead and show them. Because I ain't even taking no guesses anyway. Y'all should have been. Ooh, Lewis.
What did he say?
Lewis is the damn man. Lewis,
What did he say?
I got to show Lewis. Hold on real quick. Let me show my boy Lewis comment. Lewis, you are the man, bro. I got to give you your credit. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me fix this. I thought I had it already. I didn't. Here we go. All right, this go work this time. All right, here we go. Oh, he might have just been paying attention from last week.
I don't know.
No, he hit it. Look.
Okay, he did. No, because I didn't say it last week.
You didn't?
No.
Yep.
That's me.
My girl Candy came out as the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. There you go, man. How did y'all not guess that? Tripping. That should have been easy. All right.
And I did it in Houston. And
I know you got
kept
hated
saying,
on.
You look good, but you should have been a Texans cheerleader. You know what I told
they was
them?
hating. Yeah.
I said they were all the uniforms were in the trash.
Ah. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, my boy Amp threw up the fire. He threw up the fire emojis. That's dope, man. Yeah, I told her I knew when she told me she was gonna do it. That was dope. You getting a lot of love, man. People like that, especially you doing that in Houston.
Yeah, it was so fun. Literally, it was guys with their girlfriends, and they're like, "I like your costumes, but should have been a Texans cheerleader." And their girlfriend would like grab them, like, "Shut up, that's rude." I'm like, I don't care.
Nah, they showing you love, man. People like that. People showing you a lot of love in the chat, man. You getting a lot of love right now. I'm looking. They throwing up the fire. Yeah, because you repping.
I've been wanting to do that for years.
That's a dope costume. You know what I'm saying? To come out in Houston as a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. Yeah, they showing you a lot of fire emojis, man. They showing you love on that. Yeah, you getting it. They showing love. So we appreciate that, y'all. Yeah, man. And that's a dope costume. All right, let's get into this content. Enough games. Let's go. So, y'all all should know when y'all come to this channel that it's not going to be routine content, right? And when you go to Candy channel, it's not going to be routine content. So, it's some stuff that's going on that I want y'all to peep. All right. Let me pull it up real quick because I'm not sure if people are seeing this. So I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to talk about it. Y'all give me 1 second. I should have had it pulled up. I'm pulling it up now. Y'all give me 1 second. Here we go. All right. And this is real though. So check this out. I want y'all to really peep this and we go through this. All right. Because this got a lot to do with your Cowboys and we go break this down. So Brad Sham and Sean Sharif was at it on Twitter, right? Because Sean basically called the leak about what was happening with the trade deadline spin. Okay. So Brad Sham has something to say about that. He said that's not spin. It's David's opinion. You may disagree, but he doesn't work for the team. Calling it a spin calls at David Moore's integrity into question. That's neither right nor fair. So then Sean, who obviously was not with the shit today,
Bringing real back. He be speaking his mind. That boy with the shit.
and we gonna break this down. He said, if you're gonna start popping off, then we can discuss some real truths that we all know behind the scenes. Would you like to do that publicly? Cause I'm down. Just say the word. Oh. Whoa.
Can't see the full screen.
You couldn't see the screen? All right, hold on real quick. because we go break that down. We go break this down, all right? Because this is very important too. This is very important, side. So it's a little bit of a war going on, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the media. They're not usually gonna do this. This is what let me know Sean Sharif was pissed about what happened with us not making no moves at the trade deadline. So let me play this. We go uncover this more and more before we break down Philly. So listen, this is Sean. Listen, this is from today. All right, and I got the link in the description as I always do. Listen.
Montez Sweat to the Bears for a second round pick. Josh Dobbs ends up going to the Minnesota Vikings, and the Cowboys come out with their explanation through the local paper.
Yeah, look, they made their move, right? Their moves were Stephon Gilmore and Brandon Cooks, as RJ Choppy just said. That was their moves there. See, the thing that's just completely wrong about that, and that was the argument in the Dallas Morning News yesterday.
So I love the fact that Bobby Belt, Sean Sharif, and RJ are going at the article that came out from David Moore. They going right at it. All right. They going at it, right? Mm-hmm. But they calling it spin from Dallas, Candy. So in other words, what they saying, David Moore lips is moving, but Jerry Jones is talking.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I've seen media go at media about this. What's your thoughts? Let me pause and let's talk about that.
I think it's a little messy.
It is messy. It is. It is. It's good though. We need this.
Do we though?
Yes.
What's the difference between Micah Parsons speaking out on stuff and this?
Because this is showing a whole level of diabolicalness. So this is showing what go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So what Sean is basically exposing is that front office could use the media when they want a certain side of the story out. Mm-hmm. And he basically saying that David Moore is carrying water. See, when I say carrying water, that means he's doing a favor for the Joneses. Am I saying that's happening? Absolutely not. Because we got to actually kind of look at this close and recognize that the fan and Moore, they are actually rivals. You know what I mean? So you got one media representing a ticket, the other representing the fan. So one side is kind of saying, we don't do that. We are not puppets for Jerry. They are.
Well.
And so because this is the thing. And what they talking about is how David Moore was basically making the case that, hey, they didn't need to do nothing at the trade deadline. They already did something with Gilmore and Cook. And they was pushing back on that. So let me show, because see, Mike Fisher had the perfect metaphor. I want y'all to listen to this and we go talk about it. Here, it's perfect too. I got to give Mike Fisher props on this. Listen.
I'll tell you why it doesn't make any sense. Mike Fisher immediately called me yesterday and he yelled to Marsha, his lovely wife, and he goes, hey, he goes, Marsha, he goes, no Christmas gifts this year. You're not getting anything. And she goes, why? She didn't know the bit going on. Yeah. He goes, I got you a Valentine's Day gift.
That counts.
That counts.
Yeah, I got you 2 Valentine's Day gifts.
I already got you the gift. I don't have to get you one for the next holiday. I did it in the off season.
Look, the off season's the off season. The trade deadline's the trade deadline, and
things change.
Yeah, in fact, the deadline is a completely unique opportunity to make it. You can make moves knowing what your team is. when you're making moves in the offseason, you're making moves based on your projection of what you think your team is or how you think this is all going to come together. The great thing about the deadline, the Rangers took advantage of it. The Rangers were able to assess where they were, what they were looking at with what their team had become, and they said, okay, we've got this opportunity now to get a reset. It's a mulligan, essentially, for roster building.
They right, too. And Mike Fisher was right. And see, Mike Fisher basically called Sean right after David Moore basically came out with this, and they was basically laughing, basically like, you hear this excuse they giving Jerry? Basically, that's what he was saying. You know, that's why he said, hey, Marsha, I'm not getting you nothing for Christmas. In other words, like they using that for the trade deadline. You know what I mean? Oh, we didn't have to do nothing for the trade deadline because we already, you know. Okay,
I'm glad you explained that. I didn't get that.
That's why he was. Mike Fisher was like, that's why they laughing at it. Like, you mean to tell me you had no moves to do because you already did off-season moves? And that's why he was explaining your better teams that's trying to make a run. You made your moves in the offseason, but you were speculating on how good your team will be. Now you know how good your team is. Now are you willing to do some more moves to get you over the other teams that's trying to beat you?
And to be honest, I wasn't expecting us to acquire anybody new.
Of course. None of us was.
Just because that's kind of how
we do.